Man, oh man, what a good night of boxing, everybody. What up, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. Universal Sports, coming from an undisclosed location, and I'm actually in an undisclosed location because I can't reveal it. I can't release my video tonight because the place where I'm at doesn't have very good Wi-Fi at all. I'm using data, but anyhow, I'm making this video tonight. I'm about to cover that Saul Canelo Alvarez versus Miguel Cotto fight. But first, I'm going to talk about the Guillermo Rigondeaux fight versus, I'm not going to butcher the guy's first name. I'm just going to say his last name, Francisco, at 122 pounds. And what can I say? It was a pretty good performance by Guillermo Rigondeaux. I scored the fight 100-90. He pitched a shutout. But what I found during that fight was the HBO commentary. I can't stand these guys, personally. Harold Letterman, Jim Lampley, Matt Kellerman once in a while will come back to his old self and be okay. Roy Jones Jr. will say something knowledgeable once in a while, but it was disgusting how they were bashing Guillermo Rigondeaux throughout the whole fight. I'm like, when I was talking on Facebook with some buddies, and I said to these guys, I've never seen a fighter get so disrespected on TV, calling him boring and all that. But during the first round, Rigondeaux, rocked him with the straight, and Francisco didn't want to fight after that. It's not his fault that he makes these guys look like nobody. I mean, it's obviously that Quigg and Frampton don't want to fight him, and Morez and Leo Santa Cruz don't want to fight him. That's not his fault. What can you want him to do? I'm glad he was on the paper. HBO put him on the show, and Rock Nation signed him. He got away from that bad manager. But it's disgusting how one of the best three fighters in the world gets treated and disrespected. Now on to this. Before I get into the Cotto Canelo fight, it's just really disgusting. I mean, it just shows you that the biasness that HBO pushes, and it's obvious that this is why their ratings have been going down and the pay-per-view numbers have been going down, because the people see this, and it's a piece of crap. And I was really pissed off how they treated this man, and I hope Jay-Z and Rock Nation really gets this man the fights and the respect this man deserves, because he's 35 years old, and I don't know how much time he has left, and I do want him to see him get the Lomachenko fight, because I don't even think Lomachenko wants to fight him because he had a bad split with Bob Arum. But I really hope he gets the Lomachenko fight, and for good money, because this is one of the gems in boxing, and he deserves to get treated more respect. Now on to the Canelo versus Cotto fight, and I just got to say it was a good performance by Canelo Alvarez, because what Canelo doesn't have in foot speed, he makes up for it, and he tries to place defense through upper body, and he made Cotto miss a lot through the upper body movement. During the first couple of rounds, you could see that Cotto tried to box, but you saw the size difference, because Canelo is a big boy he's not a junior welterweight no more. Not junior welterweight. He's not a junior middleweight no more at 154 pounds. He's a middleweight now, and he should fight at 160 pounds instead of making these guys come down to him. He should be 160. He should fight at 160 pounds if he's a true champion, like he says he did. He won the WBC title, even though because Cotto did some diva crap and didn't want to fight. Didn't want to pay a sanctioning fee because he didn't want to fight Triple G. And I don't want to talk about that. And also, he won the Ring Magazine title, which they call the Lineal title. And I do go by the Ring Magazine for a record. But the only way in my eyes, to be considered a champion, Canelo Alvarez must fight Gennady Golovkin, Triple G. Whether they do the fight, and from what I'm hearing, the WBC if Canelo did win, they told Canelo, you got 15 days to make a deal or negotiate with Triple G to make the fight. A good idea to make the fight happen is Cinco de Mayo 2016. But let me just pivot right back to the fight. I thought Canelo showed improved stamina. He knew when to take the pedal off the gas, and Cotto couldn't hurt him because Canelo is just so naturally bigger. And the fact that Canelo really showed good movement and good boxing technique during the fight, we always say this, he gets better and better every fight, and the Reynoso brothers have been doing a really good job with, Canelo Alvarez. Now on to Miguel Cotto. What I want to see next for him. He made $15 million at least during this fight. We don't know how much is the pay-per-view upside and percentages or whatever, but he made at least $15 million. I want to see Cotto take a good long break after this. You notice every time that, and I noticed this and I said this in a past video, every time that after every fight Cotto swells up really bad because of the scar tissue in his face. And I don't know if Cotto's going to retire, but I think he should definitely go back down to 154 pounds. There's the Heyman guy, because being that he's his own boss, he can fight with the Heyman guys, he can fight the top ranked guys. So there's Demetrius Andre, there's the Charlo brothers, and then there's Austin Trout again if he wants to do that. There's plenty of fights at 154 pounds for Miguel Cotto. And let's be honest, the only reason why he was the middleweight champion or the WBC champion was because he beat an injured Sergio Martinez, and an older one-legged Sergio Martinez at that. But let's just call it what it is. But Cotto is one of my all-time favorite fighters, and I think he should take a long break. Then if he decides to get back in the fray, remember he's 35 years old, then he should fight one of those guys if he chooses to continue on. Now back to Canelo. Obviously, he said after the fight, when Matt Kellerman interviewed him, he said, I'll fight Canelo Alvarez next. But we don't know if Canelo's going to pivot and fight somebody else and say, oh, can I get tell the WBC, oh, can I get a breather? Or is he going to do the right thing and fight Triple G? Well, I'm rambling now. That's all I got to get to doing what I usually do. It's your boy, Mr. Universal Sports, and I'm out. Peace. Have a good night.